FLOODWARRIOR. This is the KWA MK23 SOCOM, licensed by H&K. It is a wonderfully exuberant green gas pistol. Holds 25 rounds in the magazine. As you can probably see and of course hear, very hard kicking blowback. On this side you have the decocking lever, safety, which can only be activated when you have the hammer pulled back. Decocking lever, slide release, trigger, ambidextrous mag release. And yeah, on this side you have the other safety, which same rules apply. Hammer must be back. Decocking lever is nearly silent. We'll call it silent for the sake of this video because no one's going to really hear it in combat. Silent decocking lever, just like the real Mark 23. Now, I can imagine what most of you are thinking. This doesn't look like regular rail. Well, the truth is, it's not. It's a proprietary rail that H&K has used on almost all of its guns, up until recently with the advent of the, I believe that's the P30, which is also going to be a brand new release by H&K. I personally prefer Mark 23, of course, but yes, proprietary rail system on this gun. It only accepts H&K related products. As you can see, here is the little threaded hole for if you want to attach a LAM unit, which on the rear one is a laser aiming module. I believe it also has an integrated tack light. I could be wrong. But basically, it's a mock laser light system that you can buy for the Tokyo Marui, which costs quite a bit. It's just a hunk of plastic. Or you can buy the real one, which costs $1,500, you know, if you're willing to put that down on a $185 gun. But yeah, and then up here you've got not 14mm threads, but 16mm threads, which are actually not bad. They're not going to break on you, but it's kind of impossible here in the U.S. to find a good 16mm, or rather any 16mm mock suppressor for this gun, and yeah, so that's kind of a complaint. But I mean, you can just order one overseas. It costs a little bit more, but it's more than worth it for this gun. I'm going to be getting one probably quite soon, and you can probably see in this it's a very cheap paint. It's already coming off, and I wouldn't call it cheap though. I mean, it's on there well. It's just a very light layer of spray paint over the ABS outer barrel. Now, what you're probably wondering is how to sell this gun. Well, first you take the mag out, pull the slide back to where the little part gets revealed there. Take that out. It's being tricky. Take that out, like that, and then just slide the slide right off. Get your hammer assembly to lube it up. This one's a little dry, probably need to lube it up. And in here, see your piston head, recoil spring guide underneath of that, and then your outer barrel. Your outer barrel, fully licensed by H&K. You can probably see that. If not, oh well. And yeah, again, it's just, this thing's loaded up with trademarks. I believe it's 9 in total, including the mag. And like all NS2s, it has or most NS2s up until this point that I know of, I believe the ATP, yes, has a metal outer barrel. So that's the only NS2 gun that I know that has a metal barrel. And yeah, so not a complaint about the ABS outer barrel. I dare call it ABS because that's what it seems like, but it seems like something it's a lot more durable than what I would imagine ABS is. I mean, I've put a couple thousand rounds through this, and it's only now showing slight signs of wear on the chamber there, which you probably can't even see. And a lot of people always ask what this little green ring here, this what appears to be an O-ring, as a lot of people call it. Well, the thing about it is that it's on the real one, it's there to help with barrel harmonics. On a real firearm, the barrel harmonics allow the firearm, when firearm fires, even an airsoft gun, it wobbles a bit. And depending on how that wobbling occurs, it can either increase the accuracy or decrease the accuracy. Whereas on the H&K series pistols, Mark 23, USPs, I believe the P30, that rubber O-ring is there to increase accuracy. On this, it just serves a cosmetic function only. but it's still a very, very nice touch. On this side as well, you've got your faux extractor, which is great, because a lot of those are integrated right into the gun, which is a little bit of a gripe for me. It doesn't change anything, but it is nice to have. And also you have your very nice white dot, fully adjustable sights. I do not believe they're adjustable up and down. The front one could be adjusted side to side. I don't really see any need to. But the rear sight is very easily adjustable using this Phillips head, or flathead right here. And great white dot combat sights. I personally prefer them to a lot because they come just perfectly off the gun and make sighting very quick and very easy. Also, if you note on the gun, next to the trademark down here, you get your own unique serial number. Now, a lot of these, it says that the serial number is different here than it is here. But on a close inspection of the gun, it's the same on the chamber here as it is down here, which means that the outer barrel is matched with the lower frame here. And I believe this is just kind of a proprietary shipping and probably U.S. customs tag for perhaps getting it. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but that seems what it is. I think I've gone over everything on this gun. Oh yeah, right, FPS and accuracy, my favorite. Right, so the FPS on this gun ranges anywhere from 380 to 400 with 0.2 grams, as stated on all of KWA's boxes. You should probably be using 0.25s in it. I use 0.25s when I'm on field, and that gets me accuracy. I can pull off headshots, and I believe it'd be easy for anybody to pull off headshots at around 140, 150 feet, which is incredible for a gas pistol, but I've come to the point where I expect nothing less from KWA's products because of their wonderful air barrels and the NS2 revolutionary gas system. Now, a lot of people say, well, it's a pistol, I can't, go and use this as my primary. Well, the thing is, you have 25 rounds. That's right around the same capacity as the WEG-39C, their G36, shooting roughly the same velocity. It's more compact. It is heavy, but in real life, this pistol was designed as an assault pistol, used as your primary. So you wouldn't be carrying around an M4, or MP5, 45, whatever have you. This would be your primary. And you'd have your LAM unit, your suppressor, like Metal Gear Solid, say. And yeah, so it's not really a gripe for me. I like to use this as my primary. And if you have to use this for CQB, though, like I was saying, it's kind of hard because it's shooting a bit hot. But you can pick up HFC 134A for it, or this one is Predator Maintenance Gas by Abby, I think. And yeah, that gets this gun shooting right around the 290, 300 mark, which is ideal for CQB. You can get real close and hit somebody and they won't be, bleeding, but they still won't know they got hit. So that's how you can get away with using this gun in CQB. And if they do chrono it with .2s, just use 134A. I mean, it solves pretty much all problems getting into a CQB environment. Build quality on this gun, metal, slide, doesn't sound most solid, but if you held it and feel it, you'd realize that it's one solid piece of metal. Outer barrel is tough ABS plastic. All the internals except the piston head, which is normal on an NS2 system, is tough all the internals are metal except for the piston head, which is a tough plastic that isn't going to break. And again, if anything breaks on this gun, which it shouldn't, KWA has their built-in, I believe, 45-day warranty, something like that. And yeah, I mean, when I fire this gun, it shakes off a little bit of excess like plastic shavings from the gun, which you should probably clean out when you get it right away. But if you don't, I mean, it'll knock them out with its high FPS, and it's just a good, solid, rugged gun. Yeah, the lower frame is very tough. I guess composite plastic. I don't want to say it's nylon plastic. Your base plate on the gun is plastic, which on mine, after dropping it on the cement, I don't recommend that. Broke after many, and still, I mean, even after doing that, the magazine is still, you can barely even tell it's been used. And the main body of the magazine is metal, of course, but the base plate is plastic and can be exchanged with other USP series mags. I'm not sure if all of them will fit with a different base plate on this gun. I haven't tried, but yeah, I'll just do a quick firing of this gun. Let me gas this up. I'll use some 134A to prove that it does in fact cycle. Just put in a little bit in here. Yeah, and it's great because this gas, like green gas, it comes with the whole idea of it lubricates the gun, which I still recommend using the lubricant that comes with the gun. Oh, I can't speak right today. But yeah, and just do that. And a great thing on KWA's guns is that you can pull the spring on the magazine all the way down and it locks until you push the button right where it is, and it'll release the spring back up when you load BBs. Like all of the USP series guns and the Mark 23, it holds 25 rounds, like I mentioned earlier. You could probably get 2.5, 3 mags out of it. All I'm gonna put in the mag in here. Slides forward nicely, and safety on, or off rather, and yeah, just fire a few shots. Okay, decock it, get your double action going, so you know if you want to be running on the field and you just want to pull up and shoot, but you don't want it going off in your pocket like a lot of officers prefer, famous with the Glock series. Glock series? Don't quote me on that. Famous with the old police revolvers that they used in, I believe, the 1930s, were double action. And the great thing about double action is it's a hard trigger pull. As you can see here, I'm applying just a pretty good amount of force. Now, it's not gritty when you pull the trigger. It's very smooth, and you can tell when it's going to break. But if you're actually in combat and, you know, actually out playing instead of just target shooting, you're probably not going to know, which is going to make your accuracy great. Double action. Yeah. So that has been my review of the KWA Mark 23.